Well, my name is Alicia Crockett, and I'm here today just floating through life, minding my freedom, and I'm delighted to be with you. Remind me of your name one more time.
My name is Eric Martinez.
Come on, Eric Martinez.
Yes.
How are you?
Great, girl. Freaking enjoying this weather, enjoying this meetup right now. And
Yes.
yeah, things are good.
The weather is lovely.
That's what I'm saying, girl. I got my little poncho over here. So I'm sitting with my own.
It's
So,
warm. It's beautiful. Yes. I'm loving your frames, too.
oh, thank you.
Your vibe. Absolutely. So talk to me about who you are and what you do.
All right. So you guys already know my name is Eric Martinez, but I'm the chef and creator of Grieving Supper Club. So I own a supper club that we started about 3 years ago. It's about being creative, sustainability, and really, showing the community what we can do. We host a lot of luxury dinner parties here around town, and our whole mission is about minimizing food waste.
I love it. How have I not heard about these events and these experiences?
Because you're not signed up on my newsletter. That's
Hello?
right, girl.
What is the newsletter? Tell me, how do I get there? Let's start there.
GreasebeansSupperClub.com/newsletter.
Okay,
Boom. It takes you right there, fill out your information, and then we send you, invites about like what we're doing in town, what I'm doing, for the community, and et cetera. So there's a lot of events there.
Nice, lovely. I'm going to have you come back to that again so people
Yeah.
yeah. But that's dope because I'm definitely going to sign up.
Yes.
That's amazing. And
that's
are you
really
the chef?
fun. Yes. So I'm a Michelin-trained chef. I used to live in Mexico City, worked at the 2 Michelin there, and then in Copenhagen, Denmark, working at a Michelin restaurant there as well. So I have a lot of training on my belt, but with the supper club, it's all about like who I am and how am I representing myself through food and through, connecting with my community, especially the ones who are creative, and really like bringing us together, especially, for me being Black, Latino, and gay, like I'm bringing all that together to my supper club. So it's a really fun experience.
Tasty. Oh, yes. Okay. So tell me, how did you arrive to this culmination of your identity, all the things that you're becoming and you are?
Well, it's always been me, but the thing is about self-discovery and like every year, pushing yourself of who you want to be, like I want to be a leader. I want to be somebody that's recognizable. I want somebody to like be able to come to me and be like, hey, I need help with this. I have a lot of resources and I'm just a person in the community that's just like anybody else, but I guess I cook a lot, so it's just really, honing in on who I am and really believing in it. I've had a lot of work to do, and I still have more work to do. But the work that I've done has been just like, really been grateful for me because it's given me so many opportunities to even be where I am today.
I love it. I love it. Who introduced you to the kitchen and the creativity of cooking?
My mama. So my mom is a Black woman. I'm half Black, half Mexican. My dad's from Mexico.
Okay.
Half first generation Latino here. But her, since I was 4 years old, I was cooking in the kitchen with her. I come from a huge family, so I have 6 brothers, 2 sisters, and it was just my mom cooking.
Okay.
Until I was like, what, had some interest, and then I figured out like, wow, I can actually be a chef. Oh, wow, I can actually go to school for it, and I got my BS in culinary management, and the rest was just like, all right, what's next? What is the next step for me? What is the next step for me after that in 5 years? In 10 years, and, you can't really, as a person, I feel like 10 years is a little bit too much, but once you're ready there off your 5-year goal, boom, well, you can do another 5-year, and that's how you part it up, and I always was ambitious with that.
I appreciate that. Before we get into more of your business portfolio and how you curated your finding here, tell me more, like, what is your favorite thing to cook? So I'm curious about tasting your cooking. I want you to help me see that in me. And I'm a taster.
Yes.
But what is your go-to flavoring for your palate?
For me, I grew up like, even though I come from a biracial house, we're very Mexican forward. My mom always cooked a bunch of Mexican food, moles, tacos, tlayudas, just a bunch of stuff with corns and guisados and stuff. So growing up with that, I figured but I realized that that's my main, cuisine of choice. Like I want a taco real quick. I want some salsita. There's a little picosita, But when I'm not, doing that, I guess like, Thai food or like any Asian style food. That's my like next best thing, especially like sushi.
Okay.
You know, so that's my next best thing. But
Right.
yeah, always Mexican. Something Mexican, you know, something with cilantro, chile.
Yes.
And, you know, fish, aguachilins, all that stuff. So,
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. So, what are you working on right now that excites you in your soul?
ooh, well, besides working on myself, because that really is exciting.
Always.
It is, you know, I feel that that's the biggest, you know, that's the biggest thing you can do for yourself is just work on yourself, right? Someone told me once, like, intimacy, right? Intimacy. Into me, I see. So as long as you see inside you, that's how you can give out in the world. And so besides working on myself is really just working on my business. So Crispin Supper Club, you know, we just released a new concept. So we, you know, the first concept is our supper club, which we're known for, luxury exclusive events. But we just released this supper party concept. And that's a little bit more relaxed, you know what I'm saying? We started having these things called supper exhibits, which are interactive food exhibits that you're able to like eat and be interactive with something creative. And so that's why, you know, we just released that, and I've been working on that with this guy. His name is Dennis. He's a designer as well. So we've been working on that to really show Sacramento, like, hey, you know, we have two minds, you know, one in the culinary world, one in the design world, and like, look at what we produce. And it's just super fun because, you know, you don't really get to like go and like grab things from a wall and like dip them into something, or, you know, like you see a butter candelabra and that's like our bread service, or you see, you know, a geometric style crudité. And, you know, like I said, everything that we do is always evolving around like Mexican flavors, but just showcasing California product. And so, you know, those are the biggest things that I've been working on now. And I think that, you know, once Sacramento in a whole gets to see all of it, it's going to be something you cannot miss.
That would excite
You know?
That excites me on the inside. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's really, like I'm telling you, girl, it's a fun thing. We just did one. We released our supper concept last year at the end of it. But this January, we did our first like supper exhibit, you know, the supper party, which is the supper exhibits for Girls Just Wanna. It's a social group here with young women of Sacramento. And they usually gather once a month or a couple times a month. But, you know, it was their anniversary and we had this huge spread, dude. It was just like butter candelabra. We got tostadas and dips. And it's just like super elegant, super high end, you know, super luxury, but representing, you know, who I am as a chef, who I am representing the Farm to Fork capital. You know, utilizing all the farmers markets and showcasing the produce. So it was just like a huge curated, you know, idea, and it's super awesome to just really see it into life. And so that's why, you know, now I'm trying to get that idea to everyone in Sacramento.
So who is your ideal? Where does it go? Who do you want it to be in the hands of? Who do you want to experience this?
People that look like me, girl. Seriously. Like, if you like luxury and you like being with other people that look like you, this is the space. You know, I host private supper clubs once a month for the public, and something that I believe that's like super beautiful, because, you know, I come from a Michelin background, but when you're at the table and when you see the people, it's so many people of color. And that is just like, you know, I feel like it's not saying like finally, you know, we have something that represents us, because there's people all over everywhere that's going to be dining and doing what they want. But what I'm saying specifically with these separate clubs that I host privately, that I host publicly, they bring so many people of color that, you know, it's tough to say, not tough to say, but hard to say, and I don't want to really say it, but like the minority is always just white people, you know, and it's just like, that's nothing, it seems like, you know, it's contradicting, like, yeah, being proud of it, but it is something that I need to be proud of, because so many times I've been into those spaces where I want to see myself, I don't. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I can be, you know, fun and people are really good energy, but when I don't see people that look like me, I know that internally there's something that's not safe, right? And so with these experiences, especially the public supper clubs, like, you get to see people from all walks of life, and you get to see people that are in the community, and you get to connect with them, you know, and you don't even know, like, oh my God, this girl right here, she freaking works with Gavin Newsom, or, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's what it brings. And that's what I'm really, really proud about, you know, because I'm stepping that into that role to create this,
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I know community means so much to so many different people, and it's different for everybody. But the way I see community is having people that look like me there, having people surrounded by food. I'm a big boy for a reason, baby. So we got good food. And then just the conversations that you have, and I curate a beautiful playlist. We listen to The Temptations, Los Tigres del Norte, Selena, Megan Thee Stallion, eating caviar, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, why not? Why not be around that, and you're able to just connect with me. And that's what I love about it. That's why I love these intimate settings where I get to talk to the guests. They come in, they start eating their little taquito, have their little drink, the little spritzers, and, get to know me and I get to know them.
Yes. I love what you're talking about. You just stimulating so much in my soul, I promise you. But the visual of listening to Megan Thee Stallion eating caviar, baby, it all comes together. So thank you so much. What is one thing, I'm curious, what is one thing that you experience when you look out into the room and you see what you put together and it's in living form? What do you experience in that moment?
Well, a lot. So recently I lost my mom last year, and my mom has been my biggest motivator. Like every day we'll talk on the phone, 4 hours, 6 hours, just like, one of those girls that you're like on FaceTime all the time and you're like,
absolutely,
go take a shit, and she's still on the phone with you. That's my mama. And she was always like, Mijo, what are you doing now? Oh my God, I'm so proud of you for this and XYZ. And especially, since then, a lot of, of course, with grieving, with sadness and stuff, but there's always been that spark of joy, because I knew that, my mom always wanted me to be somebody. And that's what I told her, before she had passed away. I told her, like, thank you for everything, and I just want to let you know I will be somebody one day. But those moments are just like, they're so traumatizing. But for me, I think of them as something so beautiful because it motivates me, and it can motivate more people. And especially if they look like me.
Absolutely.
Like, I've been bullied my whole life growing up, and look at me now.
Look at you. You're beautiful.
And so, those moments just come with so much joy, and especially when my mom's song comes up, and then they get to experience something that is from my mom, on the dinner table. But those are the beautiful things, so I get to remember her like that. And, like I said, since she had passed, so many opportunities has come to me. I am in therapy. I'm doing, reaching out to the people I need to, and taking the healthy steps, to heal from it. But it's just like, how am I weighing the sadness of my mom with so much opportunities? And I know my mama's right there like, motherfucker, don't fucking, fuck it up, motherfucker. I've been on the phone for you for this long, and every day I'm talking with you, so
don't play with it.
It's something so beautiful, especially when I get to see it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's mine, and I get to own it. I get to be whoever I want to be, and no restraints, no one telling me. And if they do tell me, okay, it does go in one ear, out the other, because they don't serve no purpose for me. And there's going to be more people that want to experience being around me and what I can provide for them.
Absolutely.
So that's what's like super beautiful. And I've been motivated ever since, and just seeing, all the people that I connect with at the dinner table is just like, I'm getting there, I'm not at my supreme yet, but I'm getting there, and I'm on my way, and I'm love being motivated to do that, and love bringing people around me to get me there as well. Because it's not just yourself. Like, yes, you have to be strong-willed, but you need other people there too. And you should have people there.
And you deserve having people there. Thank you for sharing. As I'm listening to you talk, I feel your mother's energy. And I know we popcasting right now, but I'm also going to just be human with you and be a soul alive and living. I am experiencing your mother's energy.
She's here, baby.
Absolutely. She's absolutely very close to you, and she's here with you. And these tears you see me running out from my face are really a reflection of your mother's pride for you in spirit and truth.
Okay,
you hear
thank
me?
You.
Literally, figuratively, and spiritually. And I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
You are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And everything that you are bringing forth to life in the legacy of your mother's love energy. She is absolutely an active ancestor with you. And Baby, she is so proud.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And I hear that and I feel that in your energy. So no, you're doing the thing. And your mama is right here with you.
She is. She is.
Play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. That's all I keep hearing. Play with it. But don't play with it. And about you, she's not playing about you.
No, I already know, girl.
Yes.
Well, if you should have seen the last couple of days, like, what? She's a wild soul, I'm telling you. So she knows I ain't playing. She knows I can't be played with.
And her fruit is fruity.
Oh, yes.
Okay? That's what I want to affirm. So thank you for sharing that with me. And thank you for allowing us to get a glimpse into your vision and how you experience what you're creating here. What does Sacramento mean to you? Are you from the Sacramento city?
No, actually, I came here back in 2012 for school. So I went to the Art Institute. And once I graduated, that's when I left. I went to Mexico City there for 3 years. And then I went to Copenhagen. I moved back in 2020.
Okay.
And that's when, COVID happened. So I couldn't really meet, anyone new. I only had my older friends from school and work. But what it really means to me, when I hear Sacramento, I hear farm to fork capital.
Come on.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? And, before I left, that's what it was all about. Having, Patrick Mulvaney, the people from the kitchen there talk about that. But also Sacramento means representation too, because we're the most diverse city in the whole country. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, how can I redefine that and make it my own and live through it as well, what Sacramento means to me. So
very good. Thank you. Come on, put Sac on the map. I appreciate that as someone who's born and raised in Sacramento. Thank you for your perspective. What do you want people to remember most about you and what you offer?
What I want them to know about me is that that I'm a creative. I'm a chef, but not only that, I'm a friend. I'm a brother. I'm somebody that just can be there for you. I can, be somebody that's motivated. I want somebody to see me, and even if they're friends or someone that we just met, I want them to feel the energy that I have and know that, if you're around me, I want positivity. You know what I'm saying? I experienced something so negative in my life, literally completely changed my life. So it's just it's not that I don't ever want to feel like that again, but it's why not create more things that are so positive, filling that cup that's, beyond just what I can give to people. It's all about receiving and giving. But it's also ultimately about just getting people to just know who I am, have a conversation. I do enjoy dinner parties, of course. So it's just why not come over, have a dinner party, and let's eat a little bit, drink a little bit, a little tequila, a little mezcal. But you know what I'm saying? I just want it to be fluid. I want them to know, you can come to me. I want these people to just see me as a leader and to really give me the strength to come up, to push forward. The people that you surround yourself is a reflection of you.
Absolutely.
Especially the top 5 people. And so it's just it's a whole thing, and it's always about work, right? And to me, I used to work 18 hours in a Michelin restaurant, so that was the toughest work. So this is a little bit light work. So feeling myself with the right people, it sucks, but kind of the people that don't serve you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how you really flourish. And that's where, like I said, since my mom had passed away, so many things, so many positive things. I did have to cut some people off of my life, but it's just for my protection. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not meant for you guys. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I definitely want, especially my people here in Sacramento to notice me of what I'm doing, all the gay community, all the Latino community, the Black community. I want them to see all those communities that I represent, and they see that on the TV or they see that in the magazine, and they see wow, my kids can see that. If your parents are watching and they see that and their kids are some type of representation of who I am and with them, they can see that. That is what's going to bring me more joy.
Come on. That's it. Yes. Thank you for illustrating a holistic offering of who you are, your whole self, not parsing yourself out for this, for them, over here, but keeping yourself centered in your whole being. That's powerful. And that's beautiful. Don't you ever stop.
I ain't, baby.
Okay?
I can't stop, won't stop.
Listen. Where can people connect with you? Where can we find you? Where can we keep up?
Yeah, keep up.
Where
baby.
can we sign up?
We have several outlets, but the main outlet is our website. So it's crispinsupperclub.com.
Okay.
That right there, you can get, you can get a little history about like what we're doing, what I'm doing currently, but also signing up for a newsletter. So we have about like almost 450 people signed up. And we send out, private invites. We're showing, what we've been doing in the community. And then our Instagram, Crispin_supper.
Okay.
SUPPER. And that right there too, it shows like the live action of like what we're doing, and after because like with our newsletter, we send invites first and then we do publicly afterwards. So people, they get it first, and then once we sell as many tickets, then we'll give it out to the public. Because we want the people to, like, I want you to feel good about when you're coming to my supper club, and understand like exclusivity is for everybody that is intentional about it. It's not just for a certain demographic or a certain person. You can wear pajamas at my supper club. That's you. Like if everyone's super fancy, you want to be in PJs, as long as you're able to freaking afford it, I don't care if you're freaking there, girl. So we just want a bunch of people there. I want people to just like, go on our Instagram, see what we're doing.